check all the volume and everything. It should have appeared in there. Live, there we go. That's what your screen looks like.
Huzzah!
Okay, just making sure we've got volume. Yep, I can hear me. You can hear you. That's all good. We
I
have
sound
volume.
weird.
We all sound weird. No one likes the sound of their own voices. Oh, and then it vanished. That's just a little preview that we had. Okay, just making sure this is all fine. Just going to put my hand in front of the camera. Yep, it's all good. So we've got about a 5-second lag on there.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 seconds roughly. Okay, that's all.
Excuse me. A little bit of a frog in my throat.
Yeah, Sarah, Nova and I have both been quite unwell during the Christmas period. It happens to a lot of people we know, unfortunately. Yeah, there we go. We're getting over it. Almost there now, thankfully.
Yep.
I'm just finishing off my computer screen, sorting out. There we go. Okay, we are good. Right. That way I can keep an eye on the screen whilst you do stuff on screen.
Okay, we have a witch casket.
Yep.
And we also have
the
a
witch
witch
box.
box.
Yep. So, the initial comparison straight away. Casket versus box. Packaging.
Casket is winning.
Yep. And then it always does on that. So the witch box, I mean, witch casket comes in a black baggie, so you don't see what it is.
Yeah.
They could do the same with this, but then I suspect there might be too many comparisons drawn.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But we're going to put the witch box off to one side and come back to that.
Yep. And we're going to open up the witch casket.
Yeah, let's focus on the witch casket to start off with.
And our theme is Sacred Space.
Make sure that's all in camera okay. Yeah, that's good. Right. Red. It comes up very nicely. Now this is December's one.
Yeah.
Because we've been ill and we've not been in the studio for a lot of December. So you received this 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? So about like 4 weeks ago.
About the 17th of December.
Yeah, so, yeah, 3-4 weeks ago. And it's been sat in our studio waiting to be done, and we've not had a chance to do it.
I've been very patient.
And we've both been quite ill. We're going to pop this off to one side and look at it later on.
Then right on top, we've got...
Packing peanuts.
No, we've got our art card.
Yep. Okay, it's a nice witchy art card. That's actually a really cool one. And, I'll grab that into camera for you. It's a nice bit of art for a change. Well, not for a change. There you go, that's in the camera. So you've got a bunch of witches gathered around the cauldron. Put it that way you can see the whole thing at once. So yeah, sort of thing you might see on a witch's calendar front cover. In fact, I think that is very evocative of one of the front covers of the witch's calendars that we've had. Got your standard manifestations on the back as well.
Yep.
Which we're not going to focus on because we do that every time.
Now we're going to move the box to one side and start picking stuff out.
Yep.
We'll start with what's on the top, which is an Altar Blessing candle spell kit.
Just going to wait for that to appear on our screen. So there we go.
Now, going to open it up and we'll see what's inside.
I'm not allowed to cut those open. She likes keeping the stickers all nice and sticky. Now, at the moment, we've both had pretty terrible colds over the Christmas period. So we're probably not going to be able to smell too much of the herbs in these, unfortunately. But I'm still quite bunged up at the moment. I was fine this morning. It's only until we started opening these up that I got bunged up.
We have an instruction sheet.
Okay, yep.
Herb packet number 1.
What's it say on there?
Smells chamomile.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
That is rosemary.
So nothing like chamomile.
And herb packet number 2 is chamomile.
Probably.
Then we've got a little tea light. And that's the back of the spell card.
Again, that's a really nice bit of art.
A witch over a cauldron with a wand and a potion bottle.
I do like the woodcut style art.
Yeah.
I always have done. Oh.
Now we're going to read the card.
Oh God, there's going to be rhyming couplets on that.
Just clearing my throat there. Blend a small amount of rosemary and chamomile together. Do this clockwise with the intention to attract loving energy and blessings. Place the candle on a suitable plate or tray and encircle it clockwise with your blend. Light the candle and visualise its light reaching out further and further into your sacred space until you can visualise your whole space being filled with a cleansing white light. Feel the positive vibrations filling your space as the candle burns. Once the candle is burned out, you can return your herbs to the earth with thanks.
These candles normally burn for what, a couple hours?
An hour,
Yeah.
maybe 2. It's a small tea light.
Yeah. So, that's not a bad one. I mean, it's their standard herb packet.
Yeah.
Think about things, spread the herbs around, boom, done. Pretty straightforward stuff, to be honest. Not going to argue with that one. The whole imagine the white light thing. I know some spirits are attracted to white light, like moths to a flame, and they will actively go for people that surround themselves with white lights. So personally, it's not something that I would do. I'd have some other imagery in my head instead.
I use the Feminist Wolf.
Yep. But yeah, let's get a slightly better close-up of that. Let's move that to appear on screen better, because it is unfortunately hit by the studio lights. There we go. In fact, what I'm going to do is lower this camera right down.
Low.
There we go. We'll give that a moment to settle.
And you still can't see anything.
Doesn't surprise me. Bear with me. I'm working on a solution.
He's working on a solution, folks.
Yeah, be afraid. Be very afraid. He's playing with plugs and electricity. Hooray!
Be very afraid.
Okay, well, almost there.
Many years later.
Pointlessly long bit of wire on here. There we go. Now just got to untangle it.
Even more years later.
I'm sorry that I was totally unprepared for this stream.
We're always totally unprepared for the streams.
That's how you can tell we're professionals. Wait, no, we're not. We are neither professionals nor sponsored by anyone or anything. Okay, right. Let's see what that's like. Give us a second for it all to catch up on our computer screen. There we go, that's much better.
And now we have the ambiance.
Vive l'ambiance. Right, yeah. So yeah. That's not a bad first one. I mean, it's their pretty standard kit, to be honest. I like the artwork. This is winning me at the moment because it makes me think of roleplay games.
Oh.
Yeah. Vampire Dark Ages. That's
Yeah.
what some of the stuff looked like.
Yeah.
So we are role-play nerds as well. Sorry, folks.
Yeah.
I'm not going to apologise for my other hobbies. Should never apologise for your interests, ever. Okay, what we got next?
We have a scroll.
Oh, there's always a scroll. The scroll of ultimate truth with its little metal ring. Let's wait for that to appear on the screen. There we go. I'll take the bottom of it. You take the top. Let's get that on. We can actually use that as a decent way to measure where we are on the screen.
Raising the vibrations of your sacred space.
There we go. That's not a bad one. Again, I really like this artwork.
Yep.
You know, I can see that on a character sheet for something.
Yep.
Some kind of weird witchy wizardy game.
Yep.
Right, blah blah blah. Okay, some of the font is a little awkward. Yeah, cleaning places spiritually and physically. Light a candle.
Place crystals in your space.
See, crystals are a tool. You put the ones in that you need for the job at the time. It's like saying put knives in your kitchen. It's case of that's great, but what if you're making soup? Well, you need to cut things, but you need more spoons and you need more knives.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like it's the right tool for the right job. So yeah.
I just like crystals because they're pretty.
Yeah, true. Right, I'm gonna let this roll itself up.
Okay.
And I'll roll that up off the side. Right, what's the next thing? The next thing is a sip of tea, is what it was.
It's this packet here.
Okay, what's in the pouch? So pop that on the screen so you can see the bell. You'll hear the jingly janglies in there.
There's a jingly jangly in there. Ow, my thumb.
Okay, odds in mini witch bell. No, just a water bell. Okay.
And there's a little card to go with it. That's the back.
Okay. So altar bell.
Altar bell.
So it is your bog standard bronze effect bell.
Ring a bell to signify the beginning and end of rituals. Altar bells can be also used for cleansing and banishing, as ringing the bell clears away stagnant or negative energies. It's quite funky, that.
Yeah.
Quite cute.
Yeah. That's alright. I mean, it looks like it's painted metal. Could just be the varnish on there. But actually, yeah, if you look inside, it's a kind of silvery metal and it's got this bronze effect painted over it. So
Still not too bad.
just seeing there with that, I think. But yeah, that's cool. Very large pouch for it, but
Yep.
you know,
I like that.
it's quite a funky pouch as well.
Yep.
So this box is so far doing better than I personally expected. I generally have quite low expectations for this box after so many misses last year. Chunky hematite.
No.
Ooh, laverite.
Lava kite.
Ooh.
Which I'm slowly getting out of the bag. Sort of a shiny grey.
Pop it down into the light so you can see it properly. Perfect. Just going to put the light there for a second.
It sort of shines and sparkles and it's grey. Lavicite. A protective and grounding stone which can help us to connect with the Earth's energies. Lavicite can help to enhance psychic abilities and intuition. This is a powerful stone to help us adapt to changes and transitions.
Interesting. This looks like a composite stone to me. One that's been made. But then what do I know? It's just because of some of the flecks of the material in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not too bad.
It's a little cute stone.
Yep. Makes a nice change from the rose quartz and things like that.
Yep. And we've got a pin badge.
3, the bog standard pin badge.
It's a little candle this time.
Okay. That's a nice single pin.
Single pin.
Yep.
There's a cute picture of a kiwi on the back. That's quite cute.
Yeah, that is. That's not a bad one. Nice simple black candle.
Yep.
A little bit of white just in the top gold up there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get that to the camera. Yeah, there we go. Next thing.
Go for this.
Ooh. Interesting. Some kind of scroll banner. Hello, Paris. We hope you're doing well.
Just get rid of that hair, which is one of mine.
Yeah, not mine. I don't got none no more.
Yeah, you shaved it all off.
Yeah.
Little.
Okay, that's quite cute.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, I could see people having this on their roleplay costumes to show that they're a witch, sort of thing. So, yeah. That's just a nice, simple little banner. Just a very simple wall hanger. Not bad cloth either.
No.
So, yeah. Oh, I think it's going to be one of their exclusive things as well.
Yep.
But yeah, it is kind of cool. I mean, you can probably just take the little stick out of it and sew it onto your battle jacket or have it as a pocket. It's the right size.
How you can play with this, it's a slight bit of discoloration down here.
Yeah. I think it's just where it's rubbed against the white stuff inside the box, that's all.
But that's okay. That's quite cute.
Yep. Okay, what else we got?
We've got a wooden thing.
Okay.
A big round wooden thing.
Ooh. Oh. Okay. Right, that one is really, really low quality. So, folks, as you know, I am not a fan of electronically burned products at all. The computer burned stuff, I dislike it with a passion. And this is a prime example why. You can barely see the design. You can see it on screen, but in real life, it's quite awkward and difficult to see because of the wood. So it isn't put in deep enough into it.
And it's reformed wood as opposed to...
Yeah, it's not even real wood. You know, you've got a couple of different planks stuck together there. So it's not going to have any magical charge whatsoever.
No.
Because of how it's made, you know. But yeah, I mean, you can see it nicely there, but in real life it's not that good. It's also splintering around the edge and fragmenting already. Because of the type of wood that they use, which I massively dislike. I know if I was to put a bit of pressure on there, that'd break.
Boo. Please don't put pressure on there.
Not happy with that one at all. That's the
That's
start of the downhill for me.
That's a disappointment from the box. So, let's see what we've got here.
So designs like that should be big and bold and striking and dark so you can see them properly. Not kind of silvery and not visible.
We have an ornate altar box.
It's a tiny altar box.
Tiny but pretty.
That is pretty, I will admit. Oh, and it's metal. Good heavens. Okay, yep.
Like a little treasure chest for D&D.
Yeah. I mean, you can use this for a couple of dice. Just going to pop it on there. Just lift that up for the camera a bit. We've got some nice detailing on there. Again, it's all that wood print style stuff.
Yep.
Remind you that it's made by Witch Casket. And then the lid just does come off. It's not hinged or anything. Yeah, it's a nice little box.
Yep, that's cute.
Yeah.
Pop it back in its box.
Put a couple of jelly babes in there. Be good.
Especially if you're Tom Baker.
Yep. So yeah, that's quite a nice one.
Then we have...
Your bog standard incense.
Negativity banishing incense.
Oh, they made it specially for us. Hooray!
Rosemary and lavender.
I can imagine that would smell quite nice, but I've got a blocked up nose. Oh dear, boo-hoo, what a shame.
I can't smell it through the packaging.
Yeah, it'd be in loads of wrapping anyways. That's right. What else we got?
I think we're down to our last item.
So yeah, this is one of their basic things they always put in the incense. Almost always.
Black salt ash collector.
Could be an interesting one. A beautiful black water incense burner and ash collector. Collect ash from your incense and blend with salt to create black salt. That is not how you make black salt at all.
That's one way people make black salt.
Oh, you're meant to be burning the herbs in the salt so that you get everything all blended into the salt and it's all burned into it nicely. Again, this is just a really
Bog standard incense holder.
basic item. If it gets damp, will begin to pull apart. It's got a little triple moon, no, 5-piece moon design on the side there. Barely visible. Witch casket burned into the bottom. That's actually really disappointing.
2 disappointing items out of the box.
Yeah. That's
But
not
the rest
bad.
was quite good.
Yeah. So, let's talk cost. This box was 30 quid total.
29.
Just under 30 quid. How much would you pay for this plaque?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, neither would I personally. It looks dusty for starters. Yeah.
If it was made out of all the same bit of wood,
Yep.
then I would consider it.
Yeah. But I know some places are going to sell these for like a tenner.
Yeah.
You know. I'd be really unhappy having done work like that, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's not even a millimetre deep on there.
No.
You know, that's how shallow that is. Yeah, but you're looking at a tenner for that on most witchy sites, I guess. The salt collector, I wouldn't pay more than a £5 for that.
No, 5 at most.
It's got the triple moon or 5-piece moon on the front of it, and that's it. So it's 15 quid so far for those. Your incense, you're looking at £1.50.
Yep.
Scroll.
Their scrolls are about 3 quid each.
Yeah. So it will be doing scrolls soon. And they won't be that much, I'll tell you that. The pin badge, 6 quid, 7 quid usually.
They're £6.50 on their website.
Okay, so we've got 15, 21, 22, 23, 24 quid so far. Lump of lava kite. You're looking at 3-4 quid for that.
Yep.
Exactly. I'd be ashamed of sending it out to a customer as well. The little banner. Now, I know patches aren't quick and easy to make unless you've got a very large industrial setup for it. The little patches we used to sell used to be 3-4 quid. We've still got a few of them left as well. We will be shifting them at some of our other markets again. But for this, you'd look at a £5, maybe £7.50 for the little
I'd
banner.
say £7.50.
Turn it into a little pocket for your work dungarees or whatever. The little metal box, you're looking at an easy 15 to 20 for that, without a doubt. So for this box, this is the standout star piece. You are paying for this and getting everything else for free, in essence. You've got your little witch bell. They go for about a tenner.
Yeah.
I've seen these in pagan shops for a tenner. Glastonbury, 20 quid.
Glastonbury's always more expensive.
Yeah, it's like paying London prices, but worse. The herb blends.
They go for about 12 quid on their website, the ritual kits.
Yeah. So we do our own ritual kits with a hell of a lot more in it than just 2 herbs and a candle. And we only charge 7 quid.
7, 8.
Yeah, you know. The art print, we know lots of people that do their own art print, and a couple of quid for a postcard is acceptable. And then you got the booklet as well, which Sarah's going to go through whilst I get everything packed up again.
Yeah.
Oh, and just to show, this box is like half filled with packing peanuts. Never a good sign.
Alright.
Get rid of those.
You don't like the packing peanuts, do you?
I might be able to use them.
Yeah.
So,
Right, we have the Black Salt Ash Collector.
yeah, that was a disappointment.
Black Walnut Spell Workboard.
That's not black walnut at all.
Charming Altar Bell. Embroidered Wall Hanging.
Which weren't too bad, to be honest. Yeah, quite happy with that one.
Ornate Altar Box.
Which is really what you're paying for with this box. This
Yep.
set.
Altar Blessing Candle Spell Kit.
That one there. 1 tea light candle, 2 herbs. That's all it was.
Banishing Black Candle Enamel Pin.
Which is kind of funky little pin.
Raising the Vibrations of Your Sacred Space Parchment Scroll.
Always pretty useful, to be honest. Quite handy, those things. I don't learn anything from them.
Negativity Banishing Incense.
Just for us.
Lava Kite Toppled Stone with info card.
Yep.
Woodland Coven Monthly Manifestations art print.
Check. Put this box back down here. I could completely repackage this box. In fact, take out a couple of larger items. And that's only a couple inches tall in there, not even that, and there's still loads of room. By the time you put your art print and your tea bags on top and your booklet, the box is half empty. The one standout piece in there was that little box.
Yep.
That's it for me. The Spellwork Altar Board.
Disappointment.
That's certainly one word for it. And you're right, 50 million packing peanuts. That's where the money goes. It's all on those. Right, so that was Witch Casket December. We've now got Witch Box, which is a totally different one.
Yep.
So Witch Box, they don't have the fancy box cover to start off with. I'm just going to change.
Excuse me.
Just going to change our camera height for a moment. Ooh. So the box is a little bit shallower, but quite a bit longer.
But this
you can't
isn't
see
their
other box.
standard box size.
No, this is not standard because they had something extra large in there. Yeah, there's, I don't know if you can see it on camera, good couple inches there, another inch at the other end down here. So the box is significantly larger than Witch Caskets start off with. Put that back down.
Okay, so we've blanked out our address so I don't dox myself.
Yep.
And let's open it up.
Gonna blow my nose. Sorry for the noise for a moment, folks. No one needs to be subjected to that. Right.
As you can see, it's all packaged in tissue paper.
Yep. A very nice bit of packaging. Show
Turn
all of
this
that.
sideways for now.
Yep.
And we're gonna start unpacking. If I can get the sticker off.
Exactly, Paris. It's all about the packaging. This is something we've found with our own ones, where we've sent stuff out to customers, or with our little witch boxes that we do. It's all about the packaging. You make sure stuff is presented well, so as soon as they open it, there's that wow factor. Even though this is a plain cardboard box, it's well packaged, and there's a lot in here.
So, the theme is Hedge, Hearth and Home. or hedgehog and half.
Yep. Pop that one there. Getting very honey and autumnal colours from this.
Yep.
Which is kind of cool.
Which is a lot of colours you expect from something called hedgehog and half.
Yep. So, just a quick point. The Witch Casket was just under 30 quid. This one is just over
32.
So 32 quid. So yeah. So a couple of quid more. Keep that in mind.
And as you can see, it's already rammed with goodies.
Yep.
We'll start here. We've got some sparkly tea lights.
I'm going to move this box out of the way.
These are enchanted spell candles. Infused with herbs and a little magic to add love and light to your spells.
Okay. These are handmade, for starters. The candles aren't, but they would have used a heat gun to melt the wax a little bit and sprinkled herbs on top. Which is something I know a lot of small witchy businesses do. So we ourselves have considered as well.
Probably should.
Yeah, I mean, but there's some nice little herbs in there. So I can see which ones are there, which is good. So it's not just a case of it's a bit of chopped up oregano from your kitchen cupboard and glitter. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Again, a nice little tag with it as well, which is always good. And this is something I talked about when we do our products, putting tags like this on, because it makes all the difference. Otherwise, you have to go through the catalogue to find out what you've got.
Yeah.
Now, this booklet is also very different to the Witch Casket booklet, and we'll do a comparison between the two later on as well.
There we have protection spell kit for protection, healing, and clarity.
Okay, so it's the same size spell packet as the other one. It's a kind of generic size that a lot of companies and a lot of small witchy businesses do.
This one is, the packaging is slightly smaller, but then that means there's less waste.
Yes, they're a lot more eco-aware, I guess. Okay, so the stickers on Witch Casket can sometimes be a massive pain in the arse to undo. The ones on Witch Box tend to be less of a problem.
He says that.
As she suddenly struggles with it. See, this way she just let me cut it all open with a knife. I've got one like right there, ready to be used.
Oh, you can cut that bit with a knife.
Yay! Cut.
He just likes to use his knife.
Yep, damn useful knife.
Okay, we have the spell ingredients.
Yep. So you've got white salt, ribbon, tea light candle, patchouli incense, and a pinch of rosemary.
We've got the white ribbon.
White ribbon, check.
Rosemary.
Check. With nice labels on it as well.
We have
Also, just want to point out, first thing I noticed on there, not for consumption. Do not eat.
Yeah. Salt. We also do not eat.
This is rock salt as opposed to bog standard table salt, which I've seen in some witch kits.
There's a patchouli incense.
Yep. Your nice bog standard incense cone, always good.
And a candle.
Yep. So this is your bog standard 30-minute burn candle. I know that because of the size of it. But yeah, that's more in that spell kit than there was in Witch Casket for a direct comparison. The other one was 2 pinches of herbs and a candle.
Yep.
You know? The thing I like about this one, the thing I really like, you get so much information. So much.
Yeah, but there's rhyming couplets.
But all of this information.
Yep.
There's a ton of it. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different couplets to say.
Excuse me 1 second, folks.
Yep.
Sorry, just didn't want to cough right in the microphone.
Yep. So we've got 6 rhyming couplets, but there's instructions in between it that tell you how to use it. And I know for a damn that the booklet is going to have even more information in. Let's get these popped away. See, this sort of spell packet is one that I can see small businesses making, like ourselves.
Yeah.
This is the sort of thing I would expect a small business to make.
And this is supposed to be a small business running this.
Yeah.
Mother and daughter team, funnily enough.
Same as the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what we got next?
We have a piece of fluorite.
Ooh.
We have the fluorite card, full of information.
Again, this card twice the size as the one as you get in the other box. And there's a lot of info on there, a hell of a lot.
And we get this cute bit of fluorite. It's not perfect, but it's unique.
Exactly. Nice and clear at one end, nice and opaque at the other, which is how fluorite should be.
Yeah.
You know, that's a nice little bit of fluorite. A little bit smaller than what we had in the other box, but with tumblestones, you can never tell what size you're going to get.
Yeah.
You know? Exactly. The card, I mean, they're both similar thickness, but this one is like twice the width. You know, and you're getting a hell of a lot more clearer information on there. So that's really cool. I really like stuff like this. We're going to pop this one back in.
Yep.
Okay, what we got next?
We have a parchment scroll.
Okay, this one has one of the little rubber bands on it. I'm just going to twist this round to do it up just a little bit more, because I use these rubber bands for my beard. Okay, you grab one end. Okay, again, it's nice quality paper as well.
All about hedge wishery.
Yep. So it is really rare that these boxes give you actual historical info. That's what this one's doing. It's saying this is what hedge witchery is, rather than all witches are Wiccans like some boxes tend to do. You know? But again, it's really nice artwork as well. I really like this.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yep.
Little bumblebee as well.
Cute.
Let this one roll itself back up. Oh, also, just in case you forget who you got it from.
Yep.
Okay, what else? Right, this box doesn't use packing peanuts. It uses recycled card.
Shreddies.
Yeah, recycled shredded card, which I am 100% on board with.
Yep.
We use the same ourselves in some of our packaging.
Yep.
Our little salt kits and witches beginners kits and things that we sell.
Right, now this is the big item for the box.
Okay. And there's still heckin' more in this box as well, even after this item. Okay. So the box is bigger than usual because of this item. This is a good foot long. I'm going to turn the proper lights on for a moment. Now, this is a gorgeous piece. It really is. Exactly. Wow. It's moderately light, but that looks to be hazel for the wood there.
I'm not sure.
I think that's hazel there for the actual staff. Got your polymer clay at the top, your big chunk of quartz, your pentagram, your 5 different elemental colours, then your little triple moon at the bottom. All held in place with a little bronze tack. I know as soon as you take this off, that broom's just going to splay everywhere. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So that is a really cool signature piece. That really is.
Yeah.
Little string to hang it by as well, which is really cool. So we know people that make products similar to this, and we know how much they charge for it. Having made or tried to make things like this ourselves, I know how bloody difficult these things are to make. I gave up trying to make stuff like this. Wands and staves and stuff, I stopped making them because it was just too awkward for me. I don't have the right skill set for it.
Well, I want to give wands another go.
Yep. But this is awesome.
Yeah.
One thing I really like as well.
Screen's gone black.
Oh, bear with us 1 second. One thing I really like with this. So most people use clear glue in their glue guns. These guys are using black, so it blends in better. Because clear glue is horrible stuff to see.
Yeah.
Also, I don't see any of those horrible spider lines that you see chasing everywhere either.
No.
So that's really cool. I really like that.
They've used gold and black glue gun glue from the looks of it.
No, that's not glue. That's painted on. That's black clay that they've then painted. So black clay, not black glue gun paint, glue gun ink. But black clay painted over afterwards.
Cool.
So that's a really cool touch. I like this a lot.
It's pretty.
Yep. And also, the stone has a nice bit of shimmer to it all the way around.
Yeah.
As well. Just get that back on screen. I'm going to pop this off to one side and move on to the next piece.
Which is... I'm going to go for this one. It's an art print.
Okay. Well, okay, this is a little bit left field. But it's Hearth and Home. So, yeah, I guess that could count for stuff. The bees. Which deity is it is Hestia associated with bees? The Greek one.
Don't know.
Because it's all about, clearly the queen bee kind of figure. But yeah, I wonder. Oh, okay. So it's not just an art print. The art print is there as a bonus to what the real item is. How to make a bag charm.
Cool.
With all the information you need on there. Peaceful home charm bag spell. Gives you the big list of ingredients, the big instructions, and then more info at the bottom as well. That's really cool.
That's far more interesting than what's on the back of the Witch Casket
Which
art
is
prints.
your basic, for this month I will ABC, and that's it. This is really cool. The art, fantastic. That, even better. I'm going to pop this off to one side.
I think we're down to the last couple of items.
One of which is a chonker.
We've got a ritual spoon.
Yep. So a nice little bee spoon. Good for doing honey and herbs and things. That's kind of cool. Golden effect on it. Use this magical spoon to add ingredients to your spells and rituals. And again, they're nice basic art on the back. There. So these spoons, I've got another one close to hand from a totally different company, but pretty damn comparable. But this one's shinier.
Yep.
And feels like better quality metal as well.
Probably is.
Yep. So yeah, this is an awesome little spoon.
Yep.
Right, and then the final item.
It's a chonker.
Right,
No, it's not the final item.
Holy heck, there's more. Okay, we'll do the not final item first. A selection of incenses.
In all different colours.
Honeysuckle, apple and cinnamon, basil, opium, sandalwood and ylang ylang.
Cool.
It's your basic incense starter kit when you go to your hippie shop for the first time and you pick out all the scents that you like.
Yep.
You know? That's really kind of cool.
We could do something like that.
We could, yep. Right. The final thing in the box. Bear in mind, this box was 32 quid. and you've already had that great big broom, which is going to be worth a lot of money.
This item, it's not a box exclusive.
But it's big.
And it retails for 15 quid, so it is half the box value.
Yep. A great big chunky book on herbal magic.
That's going to go on my shelf.
This is a proper book as well. Full of awesome art. Even though it calls coriander cilantro, we'll forgive it. But this book is hecking awesome. Colour magic to go with herbs. You know? Oh, and then a whole bunch of deities and things. This is a sort of book that we was going to be doing ourselves at one point. But yeah, more on books later on. So this book retails 15 quid. These things, the besoms or brooms or whatever you want to call it, they normally retail for 20 to 25 quid.
For a one this size, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, 20 quid in pocket already. Oh, no, 15, 20, that's 35 quid. Right, these two items alone, 35 quid, which covers the cost of the box. The spoon. Now, I know you can get cheap knockoff versions for 50 to 60p a piece. Decent
Which
ones
people then retail for 3 to 5 quid.
Oh, it infuriates me so much when people resell like that. I hate it so much at the markets. So the spoon, the spoon. You're looking at a couple of quid. The info scroll. Again, a quid 50 to 2 quid. The gem, fluorite, tumblestone, 3-4 quid. Little pack of beginner incense. You're looking at a couple of quid for that.
Yeah.
Because it's a few different scents. Your art print and the bonus on the back of it, how to do a charm spell.
About 3 or 4 quid.
Yep. Your protection spell with a whole bunch of stuff in it. Again, they retail for around 8 to 10 quid for those.
Yeah.
And the 3 candles, which I've seen people punt out at a £5.
Yeah.
Even though you can get those candles from Poundland and the herbs from your own kitchen, but, you know.
That's not the point.
No. And then we have the booklet. This booklet is something else entirely compared to Witch Casket. I'm going to put these items away.
Yep.
Now, this box, you have saved so much money by buying it as a box set compared to the Witch Casket.
Yeah.
Be very careful with that one. Yeah, it barely fits inside the box. So let's pop this back down here so people can see it.
Yep.
I'm just going to turn off the light again. Better.
Disappearing to cough again.
Yep. So.
And tragically, I've run out of tea.
Oh no, you got cans in the fridge.
You want one?
No, I'm good. So, Hedge, Home and Hearth was their December one. I know a lot of places that do subscription boxes for December, they'll have the end of the cycle, the start of the new cycle, things like that. But these guys went something different, which I really appreciate. Again, it's nice autumnal colours. I'm going to change the angle of this camera. I'm going to get right down in here. So, the first page. Herbal Magic tells you what it is. Tells you what the witch's broom is for. What the ritual spoon is used for. The incense mix and how to use them.
There's more information on that further in.
Exactly. The art card. Peaceful Home. The enchanted candles tells you what they're for, what they're made with. Protection, Healing and Clarity packet. Fluorite, the Book of Shadows page on hedge witchery. And it gives you a lot of information on all of this stuff. It really does. This is something you don't get in some of the other boxes. How to use your box set that you've got. It tells you a hell of a lot about the incenses that they've just given you. The honeysuckle, apple and cinnamon, opium, basil, sandalwood, ylang-ylang. Not just a simple bit of offhand information, but proper information. You know? You've then got some more information about this art print and kind of why it was chosen, and then connecting with Earth, which is really what this picture is all about. The heart is the Earth. It then gives you grounding rituals for different times of the day, which is awesome.
I could do some of those.
Yeah, I mean, daytime grounding, afternoon, evening, they're all different in how they're used. You're doing different rituals and different spells at different times of the day. And everyone just does your bog standard calling of the corners and basic grounding, and that's it. This tells you why and what the daytime and the evening ones and why they're different, how to do them differently, what they're for. And then some advanced information. And then a bunch of really important dates that are coming up. You know, it's like the week after this packet is released, these are the dates. We've got winter solstice, we've got Yule, although the date for Yule in this is wrong. This is the Christianized version of Yule. So Yule began December 29th and runs to February the 2nd. So it's like the whole month-long thing for the proper Yule.
I think it varies depending on your belief structure.
Yeah. But yeah, the new moon in Capricorn, you know, the Celtic tree month for birch, you know, some additional information. You don't get this. We both do need honey and lemon, very much so. And all their basic social medias on the back.
Yep.
The other box, Witch Casket, doesn't give you any information like that at all. It just says, here's the product, isn't it pretty? Rah, rah, rah. Here are some pictures of people that had it last time. Hooray!
Shall we show the Witch Casket?
Yeah, it's just underneath that lid there. Let's do a quick compare and contrast. Change that camera angle. Continue. Okay, so the booklets are the same size. They have the same amount of pages. I will admit, Witch Casket is slightly better paper quality, but it also runs at a higher budget as a company, I think.
Well, Witch Casket has been running for several years.
Whereas Witch Box hasn't.
Witch Box has been running for about 2 years now.
Yeah. So you got your great big art print. The, hey, we're the organisers of this thing. Thanks for buying it. And then naff all information whatsoever about the product. You know, really, really disappointing in comparison. Whereas the other one has so much information per page. You know? Just nothing there at all.
And the Witch Box one also has pictures of the items, so you can match.
Yep. One thing that Witch Casket have recently started is their own kind of witch school, run by one of the organisers or co-founders, Deb. So all spells and rituals are created by Deb exclusively. Can hardly say that about some of the things that are in this. You really can. Negativity banishing incense. That's not created by them. That's a really common thing.
Yeah.
You know? The Black Walnut Spellwork Board. Almost every witch practice that does cutting has a chopping board. So that's hardly unique to them. You know, the salt ash collector, that's not unique to them at all. The altar box, you can't say that that's made by you for your practices and your rituals. The altar blessing candle kit, you can go on to any number of teenage Wiccan websites and get better rituals than that, you know.
Could be worse. It could have been that one where I got a stone and incense stick and that was it.
Oh yeah, let's not even go there. You know, right. Last month, when we reviewed the November boxes, Witch Box came out higher than Witch Casket. And for me, it's going to be the same again, without a doubt. That was really nice for that little metal box.
Yeah.
And the belt.
Yeah.
But this is so much more genuine,
Yeah.
I think. This is commercial. This is what you can buy in HMV. Witch Casket. It probably won't be long before you see their stuff in HMV.
Yeah.
You know, they've now got their own little witchcraft section with the candles and all the mass-produced shit. Pardon my language. Whereas Witch Box, you wouldn't see stuff like that in it. You see this at the craft markets.
Yeah.
You see that in the supermarket. That's the difference. Supermarket, craft market. I would much rather have something like this every single time. I really would.
Yep.
Yeah. That's my thoughts on those.
Yeah, I've got to agree.
Yeah.
But the only thing stopping me from cancelling the Witch Casket subscription is FOMO.
Fear of missing out. You don't know. That's the thing. Once you're in it, you might miss out on a really good one because 1 in 4 boxes tends to be pretty alright.
Yeah.
But since all their stuff is now exclusive, you have to be a member of their packages to be able to buy it online. You know,
It's the FOMO.
It's the fear of missing out. You know, just think what you could do with that 30 quid a month though. That's an extra trip down to Chislow's Caves for you.
Yeah.
You know, or an extra signature by some G-list celebrity at a convention.
Neil Newborn's not a G-lister.
You only paid 30 quid for his.
Oh.
Well then. I'm talking like a real not celebrity type celebrity.
Fair enough.
You know? But yeah. Moving on to other things. We've got some upcoming events.
Before that, we are thinking of doing our own sort of boxes like this.
We are.
Just not monthly.
I had that further down on my list of things to talk about.
Okay, we'll come back to that in a bit.
Yep. So, yeah. Witch Box has won once again over Witch Casket for us. Ding, ding, ding. Upcoming events. We have the Orpington Alternative Market on the February the 2nd. 50 odd traders. 50 traders are all very odd. Witchy, pagan, spiritual, gothic, alternative, weird, wonderful, artists, authors, no cake sellers, no cookie sellers, no cheap plastic toy sellers. 90% of everything there is handmade as well. Which is the great thing about the craft markets. You pick up all the little gems like that. You know, you could quite happily expect to see stuff like those brooms at our markets. March the 9th, the Chislehurst Psychic Market. A smaller market, much more niche, with a lot more tarot readers, mediums and psychics. Then March the 30th, the Woking Alternative Market. Unsurprisingly, over in Woking, not in Orpington. So we're travelling a little bit further afield to run that one.
I've got to book the hotel.
Yes, you do, because I am not sleeping rough for that. And then we've got some things that are new that we are working on. So, you know that over the last couple of years, well, we started off as a resin business. It wasn't what we originally wanted to do, but it's kind of what I pushed the business to be, in all honesty. Sarah wanted to go one direction. I did not think it was viable, and I've been proven right on that. However, resin, everybody started doing it. And in our first year or second year of trade, someone come to one of our markets, looked at what we were selling, bought the same moulds and the same resin, went and done it themselves, sold it at half the price in the local market down the road, giving us a bad reputation. because we was the local pagan resin sellers. So yeah, we kind of started fading out a little bit from resin. And last year we moved into woodwork and doing more witchy things like our salt kits and our little essential witches boxes, doing more wooden runes, more book plans and all sorts of stuff. And we've seen the boxes like this. And one thing we haven't seen is a box that I personally would want to buy. So we sat down, we kind of scratched my head and said, right, what would you want to buy in a box? And we listed a whole bunch of things. We said, you know what, we can make that into a quarterly box, or maybe every 3 months, depending on the amount of pull for it. But we'd only do limited numbers of it, because we know not everyone has the same taste as me. And that's kind of where the Archery Big Box Witchy stuff has come from. We've got a few of them scheduled. I've already started making bits and pieces for some of them. I've started doing a lot more bone work this year as well with my little scrimshaw blade, which you saw on the stream earlier on.
He likes his little blade.
Just chipping away at bone with this little thing is very good. Very therapeutic. So yeah, there'll be the big witchy box. The usual ones are all filled with really pretty things, but they're not usually filled with handmade things. And I would personally want to purchase a box filled with handmade things, or 90% handmade things. Something that encompasses our ethos for the markets that we run, kind of thing, I think is the best way of describing it.
Yep.
I mean, you get your little candle holders, which we know how much people pay for those and how much they sell them on for. We wouldn't be selling them on as such. It would be part of the box, like the freebies in the box, essentially. Along with the big witchy box, because we already do a little witchy box. It's been really popular. Along with a big one, though, there's also the big box of herbs that we'll be doing. Mistake that these two things make. When they give you herbs for the spells, they give you enough to do the spell once, and that's it. When I cast a spell, I want to be able to do it repeatedly. Not the same day, but I don't want to have to go out to get all the materials all over again. I want to have enough to cast it 3, 4, 5 times. And that's not something that happens in these boxes. Yeah, exactly. The mass-produced stuff, I mean, I'll grab one thing that we would put in that is mass-produced. About the only thing, I think, other than some little spoons, are the candle holders.
And it won't even be these candle holders because they're the wrong size.
Yeah, these aren't even the right size. But, you know, your bog standard little iron candle holders holds a candle of dinner table size, you know. But yeah, I mean, we do the little pre-made candles as well, because playing with wax is very expensive and I don't want to waste money on mistakes, in all honesty. We know a lot of wax makers. Some good friends of ours do it, and they've had to start supplementing their trade with other products because wax isn't always enough. You know, but we also do our own incense blends, and it's from doing that that's made me realise that there are no real herb boxes out there anymore. You know, we've got one trader that comes to our markets. We can order the individual herbs from them, but that starts getting really expensive very quickly, unless you're quite savvy with what you want and what you need. Now, the box we've got is going to be a similar size to the Witch Casket box, if we can pack it all in correctly. If not, it's going to have to go into the same size box as Witch Box, or even an A4 size box, because there's a lot of stuff. It's going to be 20 different herbs and resins going there as the basic selection. Each herb and resin will have an information sheet with a lot of information, because I like information. You know,
Information's good.
yeah. Not as a witch, but as an occultist, as someone who studies the supernatural, the occult, the religious, all that stuff. I like it from that aspect. In fact, I've got a couple of the bundles off to one side already. So we've got some of our little blends here. So you're getting in this thing a hell of a lot of that herb. You know, they're in a little plastic bag inside an organza baggie. Each one would have a little sticker on there. We've just got their herb number that corresponds to our paperwork. And we know that some of the herbs we'll be putting in aren't cheap. And they're not always easy to source. You've got star anise, which is awesome. Juniper berries.
Chamomile.
Chamomile. Everyone loves chamomile. You got calendula. You got your bog standard rosemary, your thyme, lavender, rosemary, thyme, sage. You know, 3 different resins going in, a couple of mixing spoons, the 20 information sheets, and even a basic freebie gift of either a tea bag of some sort or a couple of tea bags, or a box of generic brand incense like Nag Champa, because everyone likes Nag Champa.
And everyone likes freebies.
Exactly, you know, and it's that sort of stuff. No packing peanuts allowed. If I use any packing stuff, it's going to be these things, the little shredded paper. But these boxes that we're doing would be like, they'd be limited numbers, not for fear of missing out, but because I don't want to keep making the same thing over and over and over, because it then gets very, very samey, and you're making the same thing and selling the same thing. And we found that with other products we've been selling over the last couple of years. Once you've sold the runes and the book and the Vigvaseer to someone, they won't buy it again. So you've got to have something new for them for next time, which is why we've done coasters and altar plaques and wall plaques.
And Paris would like to know when we'll be doing the boxes.
I am waiting on a couple of items to be delivered, which should be in a couple of weeks' time. Basically, the items were out of stock, and the producers of it have said, we are waiting for them to be remade and sent to us, and you are on our priority list for them to be sent to you. So we're looking at 2 to 3 weeks for the products to arrive. Once they arrive, I put them together and I put them online. Something else that will be going into one of the boxes at some point. Now, this has only had the basic art put on, but we've got the jawbones that I've been making as well. This has still got to be scrimshawed, but it's got the basic pattern in there. So I'm going to be going at this with this knife, and it's going to be really bloody fiddly work, I'll tell you that. It's going to be a lot of fun, though. We've had a lot of people very interested in the scrimshaw pieces, and I've got lots of different designs just buzzing around in my head, and I tried to make each one as unique as possible as well, but within the theme. But the herb box will be the first one we'll be doing. Then we'll be starting up the witch box, which has 3 or 4 core themes for it so far. So we are 8th of January, so you'll be looking at the 2nd week of February, I think, for them to be available. Or start
for the
being
herb
available.
boxes to be available.
Yeah, it's just waiting on a couple of bits and pieces for the herb box, and then we can get going with that. But yeah, 20 herbs and resins. So it's 3 resins, 17 herbs. The scrolls with all the information, which we're still writing quite a lot for as well.
Yeah.
And with doing those scrolls, that brings on to something else we was kind of mooting as well. A little while ago, we've done the Book of Runes and the Book of Tarot. And we will definitely let you know when they go live. Not a problem. But the books we write are really fantastic for people who struggle to read. I'm quite heavily dyslexic. I have my moments. I'm a really good reader. I'm a very terrible writer, even though I love writing.
You're not a terrible writer.
My handwriting is like a spider on acid. I can write 6 pages of text. There'll only be 2 pages actually written down because of how my dyslexia works. But when I read it back, I can see all 6 pages of it because of how my fucking head is weird like that.
We're both weird, dear.
Good point. Yeah, good point. But yeah, doing the herb scrolls and the books has made us realise that we were going to do a book, Archer's Big Book of Witchcraft. We then decided to scrap that in favour of doing the scrolls for the herb boxes, and then put in a Book of Shadows bunch of scrolls online as well for people to download and print out and put on their own Book of Shadows however they want, or they could get the scrolls from us rather than printing it out themselves. The choice is theirs. But me, I would love to receive one of those large wooden boxes stuffed, packed with rolled up scrolls, each one wax sealed or with a ribbon around it.
Yeah.
Because that is so different and you don't see anything like that anymore.
So super fancy.
Well, not just super fancy, but really bloody unique.
Yeah.
The sort of thing that gets my attention.
Yeah.
You know? Which isn't always the easiest of things to do. Not because I have a weird attention span, but I'm quite jaded when it comes to...
particular tastes.
In everything, yes. But yeah, my mind just wandered, weirdly, as it does. But yeah, a great big wooden box filled with scrolls, covered in wax seals and ribbons and stuff like that. Decorated box as well. You don't see stuff like that. And that's the sort of stuff that I would, if I saw that out of the market, I'd go, I want that.
Yeah.
How much is it? Here's my bank card. Thank you very much. Shut up and take my money. Kind of thing. But that's it that we will be doing. One of the problems we have, I know, so with the wax seals, the wax can be broken so that it opens without a problem. You can do it without tearing the paper as well. A lot of people open wax sealed things incorrectly. Really simple trick. Put it close to a radiator for a few moments until it's pliable, and then it just pulls apart really easily. Or next to a kettle that's just boiled.
But in general, wax seals are meant to be broken.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some people we know, they get their envelopes and some of their other more expensive, fancy witch boxes sealed with wax, and they damage everything because it's the wrong kind of wax on there, for starters. Sealing wax and the wax that a lot of people use are two quite different things. Even the adult play wax is quite suitable for it if you're just doing a basic blob that doesn't have a stamp on it. You know, that's really pliable and bendy and flexible and snaps really easy because that's what it's designed to do. You'd have a whole box filled with scrolls, all wax stamped and sealed and never opened, and you can just stare longingly at them like I would. I think that is it for my... Oh no. So yeah, the magical scrolls. Going back to something else from like Book of Herbalism as well, because we do a lot of things with our herbs. We've got the big box of herbs. Yeah, it's only right, I think, that we do a third book in our series. We've got the Book of Runes, we've got the Book of Tarot. So instead of doing the big book of witchcraft, which can be quite controversial because of how gatekeepery certain witch circles are. You know, Wiccans only say you can do certain things. Green witches have to be done this way. Neo-pagans another way. Neo-Norse another way. And it all gets very bitchy very quickly. But herbalism, that's just common knowledge or stuff that any path can follow. Rather than us dictating, you must do your practices like this, which is what a big book of witchcraft generally is. A book of herbalism would say, here's a whole bunch of awesome things to play with. Go forth and spread fuckery with it. I think that's the best way of putting it.
Yep. We've got a stamp with our logo already in my Amazon wishlist box.
Yep, it is sitting there unmade. So it's just the stars and pentagram one, isn't it? Doesn't have archery written on it.
I've got one with archery written on and one without.
Oh, fair enough. Well, there you go. The more you know. But yeah, big book of herbalism, you know, and it'll be written in our unique style. So it's really easy for dyslexic people, for people with ADHD, for people where English isn't their first language. Because there's so many foreign students coming over to the country that now they're not in their home countries anymore, can start experimenting with their lives. They can start looking at other ideologies, other faiths, other creeds. And, you know, Polish people not allowed to look at that stuff back home. Same as being gay or anything like that. It's considered a crime. So yeah, it's all very hush-hush and hidden away from the public eye. But we've had people buy our books and say, it's fantastic. I can pick it up and read it without a problem. It doesn't matter that I can barely speak English, but I can read this book. Because it's been formatted for my head, you know, by Sarah, with all of her knowledge. So yeah, it's a weird combination, that book, I think. It's the best of you and the best of me.
Yeah.
Somehow. Without having nappies to be changed or anything like that, thankfully. Yeah.
Fur baby only.
Right, how old is your granddaughter, if you don't mind me asking, Paris? In the Book of Runes and Book of Tarot would be ideal for them. We was in fact, you was there as well, the Woking.
Not Woking.
Not Woking, Wirral Viking Fest. There's a couple of young girls there with their mum, who's a very famous person in the circuit. And they had a copy of our book, and they absolutely bloody loved it. Now, even though they're quite well versed in Norse culture and lore and stuff, they could not put our books down. You know?
Yeah, those kids were about 9 as well.
Yeah. So, like, one of them was a little bit younger. I think one was 8 and one was 12, I want to say.
Yeah.
Thereabouts. And they both absolutely loved the books. Their mum come to us, back up to us after, and said, like, they sat down for a couple of hours and just read the books. One finished it and gave it to the other one to read. And it kept them both quiet. It was fantastic. Yeah, and when you've got someone well established in the Norse pagan scene or the witchy scene in general that can say that about your books, I'd say we've done something right there.
Yeah.
You know? So these books would be absolutely fine for your granddaughter. Your granddaughter might also like the little witches beginner box that we do as well. I don't know if you've seen those. We don't have them out at many events purely because I'm busy running around like a lunatic doing stuff. We usually have them at the OAM.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got to make more of those up actually as well, because they've sold really well last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, come find our stall in February and we'll sort something out for you. We'll show you the other box thing as well. Yeah, the little witches starter kit comes with candles, a bunch of herbs, some crystals, information sheets. Yeah, there's like 9 or 10 information sheets in there. Incense, little candle holder, salt, and a really cool necklace as well. So the little triple moon necklace is really sweet. It's not even very small, it's quite chunky.
Yeah.
To be honest. But yeah, definitely. Cool. Right. I think we have kind of wobbled off and whittled off for more than enough today. And I can feel my nose is clogging up more and I'm going to need to get something for it.
Yeah, we've been on for about an hour and a half.
And then some, yeah. Bloody hell. How time flies. Cool. Well, folks, thank you for joining us today. Thank you to everyone that has been watching or will be watching or has watched. If you're from the future, thank you from now for then or whatever, I don't know. Words are starting to get a little bit difficult for me. We will see you all another time. Thank you to Paris for joining us as well. For a nice long chat. It's been nice having someone to chat with rather than just chatting at Sarah or being chatted at by Sarah. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone. We will see you again, possibly in about 2 weeks' time when we've got the next 2 boxes.
Yep, they're due to arrive on the 16th and 17th.
So they're due in a week's time.
Yep.
So that's cool. And then the stream will be shortly after that.
Yep.
So yeah, 2 weeks' time for our next unboxing. And then we'll see if which box can win 3 for 3. I think that'll be the decider for you. Unless Witch Casket do something really strong with this one, you're going to have to knock it on the head.
Well, the themes of the January boxes for Witch Casket is traditional witchcraft.
Okay, yeah.
And for Witch Box, it's new beginnings.
Okay, that's interesting. That's cool. Yeah. I could learn from both of those on what's not to put into our boxes. Sounds cool. Right, thank you very much, everyone. We will see you in a couple of weeks' time.
Bye.
Until then, have an awesome day.